General Hospital spoilers reveals that Elizabeth Liz Baldwin always wanted Peter to pay for his wrongdoing. She was heartbroken when her beloved husband met a tragic end at the hands of Peter. Liz was even more angry when he not only did not repent, but also found ways to evade the punishment of the law. If so, then there's a possibility that she'll hit Peter herself to see him atone for the murder of Franco. General Hospital fans will recall that Peter was brought to the hospital in critical condition because he had been poisoned by someone else. This was clearly the perfect opportunity for Liz to avenge Franco because Peter is in a coma and unable to fight back. Peter has a lot of enemies, and there is always someone who wants Peter to disappear forever. Liz felt angry and wished Peter had died as soon as he was poisoned in the prison, but this has happened quite a few times, and Peter is not someone to be defeated easily. Peter has caused so much trouble, and he is the misfortune of most people in Port Charles. Peter's actions are unforgivable, and Liz desperately wants to take his own life. But for now, let's pay attention to the details surrounding Liz's life to see how she will decide. In previous episodes, fans have seen the scene where Liz puts her wedding ring in a drawer. This is an important detail. This proves that Liz is ready to let go of the painful past and start a new life. Liz will give Finn a chance to bring the two together. However, every time Liz makes a decision, she encounters misfortune. There are a few incidents that will hinder Liz's path. Peter is the murderer of Franco. He should have paid for his wrong actions. However, Peter hired Martin Gray to help him get rid of this charge, and Martin can completely change the situation that is unfavorable for Peter. Martin is a brilliant lawyer and easily finds important evidence that others can't. He discovered loopholes in the PCPD case. Peter still has a lot of plans to complete, and he can't go to jail at such an important time. And Peter needs to solve the Franco murder case before he moves on to the next step. It took great difficulty for Liz to let go of all of her past suffering and give Finn a chance. This was the moment Finn had been waiting for so long, and he was delighted when the two had their first official date. However, no one expected the news from Peter's side to break the sweet moment. Peter is trying everything he can to get away from the murder of Franco. Peter should have received the appropriate punishment, but he chose to escape. Sooner or later, Liz will receive this information. Liz will be very angry when a cruel person like Peter is wandering around outside the law. This makes Liz gradually raise hopes of revenge and destroy Peter with her own hands. At this point, Liz was no longer interested in the punishment of the law. She insisted that Peter pay for causing the tragic end for Franco. Not like that. It is because of this decision by Liz that leads to problems in her relationship with Finn. Finn waited a long time for Liz to accept him, but there was nothing he could do about the situation. But he wanted Liz not to do something he would regret later. Even if Liz missed this chance to finish Peter off, she would still be able to destroy Peter once and for all. Finn truly loves Liz and wants her not to do anything that she will regret later. No matter what Peter does, just ignore him and live your own happy life. General Hospital spoilers suggest that Liz was furious that Peter was not being held but evading punishment. She had hoped that Peter would pay for his cruel actions and that someone could take the blame.